Greetings, fellow YouTubers. Today is March 15th, 2010, just a few days after the completion of the precession. And we see such a clash in air masses. Now we have Antarctica that has the coldest air, which is now rushing towards the north, towards the equator. And these effects have a wind shear effect also on the oceans. And this wind shear effect on the oceans causes evaporation. And therefore, it gives these storms a way to fuel themselves by taking the moisture up directly from the oceans as these winds and these masses accelerate in another direction, and the temperatures and the barometers are going up and down, and high pressures become low pressures and low pressures become high pressures, and they are just massive. So the real issue and the real warning is, why the heck would somebody not tell you about such an effect instead of doing the right thing? This is the right thing to do. You guys, all of us, are in immediate danger. And in Noah's flood, it was 40 days and 40 nights. And that's the precession of an equinox that is torque-induced by an external body or force, such as a binary star system. And as we went through it, time has accelerated itself, and that so with that, the spin of the axis will increase now due to this torque and this angular momentum that's placed on the new axis. With that, we clearly see that the spin of the Earth itself creates the atmospheric conditions that we had in place for such a long time, where the currents are stable and everything becomes stabilized. Right now we're at a point of destabilization, and the effects are immediate and are dangerous. There will be lightnings like you've never seen before, and storms that, just consider them to be the most massive storms that you will ever encounter in your lives, and get prepared for this right away. They got a lot of explaining to do, and we got a lot of things just to consider the immediate dangers and forget about everything else, coming together and helping everybody become aware of the factual evidence as to the torque-induced precession that we've just went through. And on February 16th, we marked that day, January 29th to March 10th, we complete the precession and the passing of the binary star system. So it's off our port bow right now. She's on her way. She's probably in the nighttime sky, passing into the southern hemisphere once again, where it will be viewed, possibly at night, and then again possibly during the day. The trajectory of it takes it off at a great rate of speed, at an increasing rate of speed, due to the angular momentum itself and the degenerating orbit. So we see how the torque that was placed on the sun is the exact same torque that is placed on the Earth. And with that torque, as this binary star system gets some distance from us, it will interact. There will become that spark gap where the distance is at the right space, and the current will easily pass between the two objects, even as they travel off at a distance. The damage that is done, and that is an increase of rotation that will create these atmospheric conditions itself. So there's understanding now, and it's documented. I'm documenting it, and other people. This is just common knowledge too. And what you will see is a monster that you cannot imagine. And the time of Noah's flood, consider that this be the first initial phase before it can even stabilize itself. So with that, the frictions and the colliding air masses and the Antarctica, that cold air mass colliding and clashing and moving air mass towards the equator, where that air mass will eventually position itself over the North Alaska. So Alaska will eventually become much colder over the next couple years. Um, so maybe that's how the glaciers were formed in the past, and it's evident that that's what will happen. That the shift in the cold temperatures of Antarctica moving back over, positioning themselves over the North Pole, but in the process, the Antarctica will melt at an incredibly fast rate of speed over the next months to couple months, and even beyond to a couple years, where the effects are so immediate and dangerous that you were warned and you've done nothing to help. Democracy has failed. Prepare yourselves now for the worst weather you will ever encounter, and it will be an immediate danger, and it will be fast moving, and these storms will be fast moving all over the world, and there will be a storm behind it to replace it. Prepare and get some money. Plan your emergency. What you can do. A lot of us work is going to hurt that, so therefore we don't want to believe, because our jobs are more important. But with the failure in the economy and the devastation that will follow this, there will be literally no money to aid in any cleanup effort. So I urge a road that we follow, and do our best to be out in the limelight and for everybody to see. Okay, so by doing this, people will become more aware and have peace, and learn spirituality and forgiveness, and also become a great civilization through the needs of the people around. It's a big deal. You don't want to believe it? Believe it.